Felicity Smoak is most known for her role on the show Arrow, but what is the character like in the comics, and where does she come from? Probably not where you expect. Now, she typically nowadays is affiliated with Green Arrow, The Flash, and even The Atom. She actually started off as being a part of Firestorm lore, first appearing in The Fury of the Firestorm, issue 23 from 1984. She is a manager at a computer company that would end up being in the crosshairs of one of Firestorm's battles. This would damage so many of the computers that it almost brought her firm to a hard halt. Things would all actually create even more hate between the two, with Felicity even creating a lawsuit against Firestorm for the damages. Who, for some unknown reason, for fun, uses powers to make her naked in public. Ronnie, that's not going to help your case. I know it's most likely to show that he's irresponsible, but still. Felicity's lawsuit would be resolved, and she'd actually end up starting to date Ronnie's dad, and would even get married to him. And while their stepson and stepmother relationship started off really rocky, Felicity would actually be supportive of her stepson, even when she learned that he was Firestorm, and just wanted him to know that he needs to be responsible for his powers. Which is awkward considering the fact that beforehand Firestorm made her naked in public, which is just even weirder now that she's his stepmom. I'm curious, why was that added? I think this whole relationship with the family being what you chose and not exactly who you were born with, whatever, is really interesting. But the whole being assaulted by your stepson is just, why? However, the character would slowly slip out of existence and would just disappear altogether after 1990. Which is unfortunate because I think the character overall was pretty interesting with the whole relationship with her and Ronnie. Even if, like I said, I think it's still really weird that they had Ronnie make her naked in public. However, the character would become insanely popular in 2012 due to the show Arrow, where the character would appear in a guest star role, but due to the popularity, that grew into a recurring role, in which also grew into a series regular role, with her being one of the original members of Team Arrow, John Diggle and Oliver Queen. On Arrow, she was a hacker who would go by the name Overwatch. She'd be the woman in the chair for Green Arrow, the Canary, the Atom, and even the Flash at points in the series. She'd even end up in a relationship with Green Arrow himself, the two getting married after a Nazi invasion, and having a child of their own named Mia. With her being the female lead of the series, she would actually grow pretty popular outside of comics as well, that being in just random fandoms. As there are a lot of fandom pages that also highlight Felicity as a character and don't even know her comic book roots. She had recurring status in Season 1, series regular status in Seasons 2 to 7, and guest star status in Season 8. And with the character being on the show during the New 52, when the show was on its second season, the character would return in comics, reimagined as the character from the TV show, now being a Green Arrow character, once again as a woman in the chair, however not a romantic interest for Green Arrow himself. She'd also be given a side plot about her being framed and going to jail where she would bump heads with a cheetah. However, the character would abruptly disappear after changes of writers. The character would also make her way into Bombshell Comics, a series that takes place out of the main canon, once again resembling her Arrow counterpart. Personally, I really like Felicity. While a lot of people really dislike her on the show, I personally didn't. I really liked the character on the show. I thought she was really funny, and I think the character, both versions of her, that is pre-New 52 and after New 52, are both great characters. I think the idea of Ronnie and having a very, very odd relationship with a stepmother who becomes like an actual mother to him is a really interesting idea. Well, she also becomes a very quirky character post-New 52, being somebody who just is comedic relief, but also adds a layer of humanity to the story, being kind of the heart of the group, which of course can also go to other characters like John Diggle. He's also the heart of the group, but a more serious one, while Felicity's more of a quirky one. And what do you think of Felicity? Personally, I really like her, but I know a lot of people really don't. And that's it. Like always, please like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.